Some experts are now saying that Ghanaians have replaced Nigerians as the most corrupt Africans, that Accra is now the headquarter of fraud in the whole world. Let me know in the comment section whether you think that, that is a fair assumption to accuse Ghanaians of replacing Nigerians as the most corrupt nation in the world. Good afternoon. The Lunch Club is where you will hear the daily lived experiences of immigrants in the diaspora. We share stories not to tarnish or scare anyone, but to update you so that you can use the information to make your own informed decision. Knowledge, they say, is power. There is no substitute to information. Imagine that you are an old person. You've worked so hard. You come in towards retirement. Everything that you've worked for, you have a successful relationship, and all of a sudden, your lifelong partner, your wife, you lost your wife, you became lonely and isolated. And at the most vulnerable stage of your life, someone befriended you and said they want to keep you company. And you entrusted that person only for you to realize that everything that you have worked for in your whole life is gone. Imagine you are a hardworking person. You've worked so hard in your life to save up for your first property. You finally managed to save money to buy your first property. As you are about to buy the property, you realize that every money that you've saved, that's the money, it's gone away, and you have been scammed. That is what we are sharing with you this morning. 3 Ghanaians are facing a minimum of 120 years in prison. You heard it, 120 years in prison. I know my Ghanaian audience, they will come back and say, this is not a Ghanaian. These guys are not Ghanaians, they are Nigerians. These names are Ghanaian names. As you can see, the information that I'm bringing you right now is officially from the U.S. Justice Department, the Southern District in New York. These are Ghanaians. When I share stories about Nigerians who are involved in fraud, Nigerians attack me. I share stories about Zimbabwe. Zimbabweans attack me. Africans are so parochial. Instead of you to attack the people destroying your country's reputation, you are attacking me for sharing information that is already in public domain. Let me know whether you think that 120 years in prison warrant the crime that Isaac Oduro, aka Kofi Boat, Inwansa Ahmed, Derek Yeboah, Patrick Kwam, these guys, according to information, these are boys that parade themselves in Accra as chairman. They are known as chairmen. Women flog them. The reputation is so tarnished of Ghana that FBI now have a base in Accra. They now have a table to investigate Ghanaian fraud. That is how bad the reputation is. And why are these brothers? Why are these brothers? Why are they going to be spending 120 years in jail? That is what we are going to share with you this afternoon. Now, these guys, they are based in Ghana. They were operating a sophisticated criminal enterprise. From their base in Ghana, they would target vulnerable old men and women. They pick their target. And every one of us watching this video now, at some point in your life, you are going to be old and vulnerable. You are going to be lonely, either because you've lost your husband or your life partner. Imagine at that stage in your life, and somebody befriended you and said, oh, you trusted this person because you're lonely. Because let's be honest, old age is a lonely period in our lives. and we are all going to one day be lonely and old. Somebody is now saying here that that Ghanaian name, but Nigeria. The problem with Africa is that we always close-minded. I don't, on this platform, I don't care about nationality. I don't care about tribe or religion. I say it the way it is. If my father is involved in corruption, I will come live and say it. You can be focusing on tribe and religion, that which is killed Africa to where we are today. I don't care. This is the Launch Club. So let's dive into this story. These guys, they target vulnerable elderly people. They will send them friend requests on Facebook and other platforms. Once they become friends with these guys, they know that this profile, they select the profile of people that they target. Once they become friends with you, before you know what is happening to you, they will then become your friends. They will then tell you that, oh, they understand you lost your wife. How can you prey on the vulnerability of an old person? They don't target young people, these guys. These Ghanaians, they are experts. They will target old people. And by the time they target them, before you know what was happening, they'll befriend these people, and these people will start sending money to them. Before you know what was happening, the saddest part of it is that they were using these old men for different racketing. 3 people have saved money. They wanted to buy their own first-time houses. When they got to the time they wanted to transfer money to the bank, the Ghanaian experts, they will then hack the email. Focus on tribe and religion, which has killed Africa. But for me, I don't care about tribe, religion, nationality. I say the truth. These guys will then target those people's email. So if you are watching this video now and you use email, you are not safe. Because the Ghanaian criminal enterprise, they are hacking emails as we speak right now. Emails are being hacked. They will hack your email, and you will think that you are speaking to the company that you've been dealing with, not knowing that you are not your email. They've taken control of your email. A young lawyer in America was sacked because the lawyer could not detect that this was a phishing email. That young lawyer will never get a job again in his life, thanks to the Ghanaian criminal enterprise. This trick this young lawyer. The young lawyer sent money. This video you'll see here, this picture you'll see here, this is a famous Ghanaian musician. His Lamborghini that he was driving in Ghana, the Lamborghini was stolen in America and then shipped to Ghana. The FBI only recently, they retrieved it. They traced the car. They now found out that this car is now in Accra, and this guy is using the car. The question I'm asking you today is that, do you think that it is fair to now say that Ghana has replaced Nigeria as the most corrupt people in Africa, the headquarters of scam? That doesn't mean that all Ghanaians or all Nigerians are corrupt. What we are talking about is that there are few bad apples who are tarnishing the reputation and image of Nigeria and Ghana. This is not the time for us to be parochial and say, oh, it's not only Ghana, it's not only Nigeria. The people that are targeting you and using the money to take chieftain status that you bow down for, they are the ones that you need to attack, not people like myself who are only reporting it. So these guys, they scam 100 million American dollars. This is what this Ghanaian group scammed worldwide. They ruin lives. A lot of old men committed suicide when they realized that they have been scammed. A lot of marriages were broken. Even some young children even commit suicide. They realized that these guys, some of them, they send their private pic parts to this Ghanaian criminal enterprise in Accra. And once they have the picture, they'll start asking them for money. Some of these boys will send money the first time. They later realize that they are going to be blackmailed. They threatened to blackmail them. Before you know what was happening, these young boys ended up killing themselves. Now, the FBI has a good relationship with Ghanaian intelligence agency, and they went to Ghana to lay surveillance for these guys. And that is where the big boys in Accra, they call them chairmen. By the time these guys, they have boys that scam people all over the world, and they'll then transfer the money to Isaac Oduro Boateng, aka known as Kofi Boat, Inwasa Ahmed, aka Pascal, Derek Yeboah, and Kwame Patrick Asari. These guys, they are the godfather of scam. By the time they were arrested, they were surprised. Most of these guys, they are young boys in late 30s and early 40s. They want to be rich overnight because they know that with money in Africa, we don't question people's source of wealth. When somebody has money, you know that this person doesn't have any company. They are driving expensive car. You say, yeah, chairman, you bow down for them. By the time they destroy your country's image, imagine that you are the victim, that you are an old person. Everything that you've worked for in your life or your grandfather has worked for, they scam that scam you. How would you feel? Now, these Ghanaian guys, they have now been extradited to America, and America is not like England. America have big prisons and wide prisons. These guys, the district have told them that they'll be charged for wire fraud and conspiracy to receive stolen money. And these three guys, they will be going for a minimum of 120 years in prison. Do you think that's a fair reflection? Do you think that reflects the crime that they have committed? Mind you, the people have committed suicide. They ruined life. Even the money that they've collected, that money will not bring back the life that they have ruined. The question I'm asking today, do you think that it is fair to say that, as most experts are now saying, that Ghanaians they've replaced Nigerians as the most corrupt people in Africa, that Accra is now the headquarters of scams in the whole world? Let me know whether you agree or you think that's unfair, and also let me know whether you think 120 years in prison reflect the crime. If you are a Ghanaian, I'm not here to attack Ghana. Nigerians have attacked me for sharing stories of Nigerians who have been involved in fraud. Just like Zimbabwean lady was attacking me on the internet. Africans always think about tribe and religion and nationality. On this platform, we speak the truth. We don't care who is being hurt. And we'll continue to say the truth, because we all have a responsibility to change the narrative of how people see us. If you know that somebody is corrupt and you are harboring that person, you yourself, you are culpable, because that is why we are where we are today in Africa. Share this video with anyone that you know will benefit. The question I'm asking again is, do you think that Ghana is now the most corrupt country in Africa, given the successes that the FBI has had recently? Don't forget to give this video a like if you are against corruption. And for those who are continuing to attack us, continue to say the truth. Share this video with anyone that